sunset, driving to the west. Driving to the west. Into the sunset, driving to the west. Driving to the west.
Located in the Sonoran Desert, in Arizona, what started as a waterhole and later a stage station is nowadays the town of Quartzsite, at the crossroads of Interstate 10 and US 95. The sleepy town of less than 4,000 swells up to a 2 million inhabitant city as RVers from all over North America converge here to spend the crude, dark winter months in the mild, dry climate of the desert. The town is surrounded by public land where you can stay up to 14 days for free, or $40 with access to free dump and water, or $180 for up to 7 months. It is said to be a rite of passage for every RVer to come here at least once. This will be my 3rd visit, and it coincides with the last weekend of the Big Tent RV show and the Q21 YouTuber meetup. There is something special about this place, almost indescribable. So I am really looking forward to spending some time among saguaro cacti and all the cool RV kids.
I'm riding in my RV, wherever I want to be, 'cause I'm free in my RV.
Well, what do you know? I overshot my entrance, so I'm gonna try and make a U-turn right here. Just as I'm trying to make the U-turn, some viewers show up in a convertible, and I really wish I had more time to chat, but making a U-turn on US 95 with a trailer in tow from a soft shoulder can be a complex and stressful operation, so I'm sorry I didn't make more time to chat. Let me pay my $40, and Keith of Traveling Down the Banisters is going to guide me to our spot here in La Posa's South Long-Term Visitors Area. Our site is not very far from the main entrance, but there are a bunch of impassable washes, so we have to go all the way around. Here, by the way, they have the trash dumpsters and the line for the dump station. Here we are! This is going to be so much fun. I decided to camp facing the sunset because I thought we were gonna do the live stream from my campsite, but we ended up doing it from the fire pit instead. And I forgot to turn off the GoPro again. In any case, it is Friday, so we have a live stream to do. Let's see. Can you guys see me now? Can you see me now? Remember that commercial, that Verizon commercial? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
You know what's the problem? I don't have a beer.
Right here.
Oh, here we go.
I'm the beer monkey.
Hello, everybody. And now we made it. Greetings, everybody, from the Scannon Wash. No, this is La Posa South here in Quartzsite, Arizona. Woo! Coming to you. Woo! Hold on.
He's gonna turn the camera.
You would think I know how to do this. Coming to you for a live audience here. Look at that, everybody. We have a fire. I know, not the best video quality, but considering the slow internet we had, I think it came out pretty good. Hello, say hello, everybody.
Hello. How's it going?
And very soon here we're gonna witness one of those sunsets that Quartzsite is so famous for. somebody behind me.
Hey,
Hey!
how you doing? Glad to finally
So
get a
great
chance.
to meet you.
You too.
By the way, hold on. Let's do this like live here on the air.
Okay.
This is Mark from Grand Adventure here.
Hi,
Hello,
guys.
everybody.
Thrilled to be here. It is so good to finally get a chance
Great
to
to meet you, man. Yes.
You and I have tried so hard, so many times.
I know. I was in Idaho, and then you were like in Nebraska.
Yeah.
Then it's like
That's
yeah,
the problem. You try and get two wandering people together, it doesn't work out very well, does it?
But one thing is almost guaranteed, that if you come to Quartzsite, you're gonna meet almost everybody.
And I'm thrilled that you're here. We're thrilled to have you join us. And I'm just getting set up. I'm just rolling back into myself.
Did you find your 50 amp hookup there?
Yes, yeah, in the sewer and the water. I'm
All
good.
right, perfect. Because Drew was asking me. Good to meet you, man.
Good to meet you
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
So
Awesome.
we look forward to spending some time.
Absolutely.
We'll get a chance to sit down.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. All right, man. And that was Mark Guido from Grand Adventure. He's back there. Look at him. There he is.
It was so great to finally meet Mark in person and all the other content creators present at this gathering, and I'll put links to all their channels in the video description so you can check them out. And of course, Drew, who organized the whole thing.
Drew.
Hey, everybody. how
Papa
you
Drew.
doing?
Papa Drew in the house. RV coming to you before a live audience here in Quartzsite, Arizona. Thank you so much for watching.
Let me tell you about Crowd Cow, which is basically a marketplace for high quality meats and seafood, and you get to design your own box and you get to know and appreciate exactly where the food comes from. And let's see what we have this month. By the way, it comes very nicely packaged in dry ice, vacuum sealed at the peak of its freshness. And let me see, oh, here we go. This month we've got some 100% grass-fed beef tenderloin, 2 of them. We have some seafood, we have some Icelandic Arctic char. What is this? Smoked and cooked kielbasa. We got some ground lamb, and last but not least, we have some bacon, and this is very nice, heritage Duroc pork bacon. So I'm gonna thaw some of this stuff now, and let's do some grilling right here in the middle of the Sonoran Desert. Well, decided to move. Oh yeah, I wish you could smell that. By the way, great selection, no hormones, and everything is either pasture-raised, grass-fed, or wild-cut. Just the way I like it. So join the herd by clicking my link, crowdcow.com/travelingrobert in the description below to get $15 off your first order. You can also save an extra 5% off everything you put into your box when you become a member, which is always the best deal. Use my code and membership is free. Now let's eat. Oh yeah, look at that.
Wow, that fire's still going. It is just so beautiful out here. Let's get a bird's eye view of La Posa's south. I've never actually stayed here before. Where you see all the big rigs close together, that's the next exit boondocking rally, and we're just a little farther north, towards the dead end. It is a great location, actually. Then, a couple of miles north on US 95, that is Quartzsite. Quite noticeably not as crowded this year as in years past. And there's Mark in his purple robe. And it looks like Bob and Tam are leaving early. Let's go for a ride. Here's the line to go into the RV pit stop. where you can get propane, potable water, and dump your tanks if you're not staying at one of the long-term visitor areas or LTVAs. Right, here we are, going to the Desert Bar.
Yeah, I'm excited. That's the first time I've ever been there.
You've never been there? It's a cool place. You know, everything is solar. You know, they have like massive batteries underground apparently, and they had a band. They have a band. I've never eaten there, so maybe I'll have a burger.
Yeah, I was thinking about getting the big burgers they have. Try them out. I've heard good things.
Yep, me too. So we'll do that, and it should be fun. And that road, that road is part of the experience.
Yeah.
As I usually say, you have to really be, want a beer
to go down that road.
Go down that road.
Yeah, exactly.
And then you know what? The scary part? All the drunk people coming back.
Yeah,
on that road.
In the 4x4s.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm surprised more accidents don't happen around here. "35 miles later, we are arriving in Parker, Arizona, right on the California border, which happens to be the Colorado River. We're gonna stop at Walmart, get some supplies, some people wanna get cash, and then continue towards the Desert Bar." The Lost RV'ers are lost. We're here at Walmart. Some people came to get cash. I came to get propane. There's no propane to be had in Arizona, by the way. Here's the...
No propane.
We got you covered, Robert.
You didn't go to the pit stop. You had to go to the pit stop, man.
No, but I want the little canisters, the 1 pound canisters for my grill,
okay.
you know.
You mean the ones you hook up to your barbecue?
Yeah.
The ones are good in landfills.
They don't have them here at Walmart?
No.
Nope.
They're out.
And the Walmart in Phoenix, in Goodyear, it was out too, so we'll find them eventually. The Nellie East Saloon, also known as the Desert Bar, is through this dirt road, normally not very well maintained. A grueling 4.5 miles that feel like a lot more, but it is such a cool place in the middle of nowhere that it is almost like a pilgrimage at this point. By the way, this year the road feels significantly smoother, so it may have been graded recently. This is all BLM land, which stands for Bureau of Land Management, so it looks like you would be allowed to camp out here. One thing is for certain, it is a beautiful drive, and even though we're just a few miles from US 95, the perceived remoteness is staggering. There it is. Is this a cool entrance or what? I've never seen this place so full. Here we go, best parking in the house. Well, we've made it to this mythical place, and what happens if you get a bunch of YouTubers together? Everybody starts filming each other. That's what it is.
Everybody's vlogging right now.
Everybody starts, I mean, people are gonna think we're weird. Just everybody with cameras.
We are weird.
I know, yeah. Look at that, look at that.
Robert, Traveling Managers, Traveling Robbers, Papa Drew, Grand Adventures.
How many GoPros in the house?
It's a GoPro commercial.
We're just kind of doing our own thing. This is what we're doing. This is how we do it.
Yeah, this is the entrance. So actually, this parking lot back here might actually be better than the main parking lot, just because it is right next to the entrance. Now we're gonna put on a mask and go in. Be responsible.
Would you take a look at this place? With a live band and everybody's having such a good time.
So you can see this is the only bathroom where you can go with a view. Never know who you're gonna run into at the desert bar. Look who's here.
What's up, guys?
The Russos in the house. Now, did you bring that good looking truck camper all the way up here? All right. This is a road to test. This is the kind of road where you can test that.
That thing's a beast. It'll go anywhere.
Yeah. It's all good. Great to see you guys too. All right.
See you on the road.
Got friends in high places.
Thank you, Sean and Angie from ouRVision Nomadic Living for the burger.
The big old Western. Here we are at the chapel.
Yes, it is made out of solid steel and the walls and the ceiling are made of the same stamped tin used inside the bar. And the roof is made out of copper.
Look at this place. It's made out of metal, as you can see. This is it. That's pretty cool. That's a pretty cool chapel there. I don't know exactly. Oh, look at this, guys. I gotta get me one of those things to get unstuck. But yeah, this is the Russos.
Someday I might get me one of this.
That is a beauty right there.
They have all these abandoned vehicles all around.
All right, let's go for a little hike up that hill. I haven't done this in a few days and now I feel like I'm feeling it. I'm feeling this hike. It is beautiful up here, beautiful. Don't do it. It's not worth it. Not worth it at all.
Whose idea was this again? I think
It was Robert's idea.
Look at this
Don't
guy.
do it. Don't do
This
it.
guy making us all
It is
look bad.
not worth it at all.
Yes.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Don't do it.
Enjoy, guys.
Hey, remember I told you we were almost sliding down the banisters? Watch them.
Yeah. Well, these guys, they're always lost. I don't know why. The Lost RV'ers. We run into Lyf Uninterrupted. So, say hello, everybody.
Hi.
Hi. We continue.
It is time to go. Oh, look at that treacherous road coming into the bar. The desert bar. What a great concept. Let's do it! We're back on pavement, and it feels so smooth. There's the Colorado River, California on the other side. Eventually, we made it back to Quartzsite, and I decided to test some of the drone's cool features, since I really never get to play with it in an open space like this. This is that follow me setting, which is really cool actually. Everybody's getting ready for tonight's party, in which we're gonna have Sonia, the RV DJ, broadcast live from New Jersey. Here's Papa Drew with not one but two smokers. And there goes Mark from Grand Adventure. He's leaving early because he's trying to get to Salt Lake City and he needs to outrun a snowstorm. Not fun. Alright, Mark. Till we meet again. As night falls, we install a screen and there she is, the RV DJ, live, almost coast to coast. Ooh, big storm coming.
Well, good morning, Pelican Heads. We're going to drive around the BLM here, see if we can find some famous people. We'll see. La Poza South, enjoy the ride. And yeah, by the way, here's Drew. And what's your name?
Mark.
Mark and Drew.
Good morning.
And Mark knows where all these people are, so we might even meet, you know, the man himself.
Yeah, Mike.
You have no idea who I ran into here in the big Q Quartzsite. No, I'm lying. We had every intention that we were looking for him. Here's Mike.
Hi guys.
Mike, living free Mike, man.
Yes, it's wonderful to meet Robert.
It's so cool to meet you because you are one of the original nomadic YouTubers, if you will, man. I've been following you since Slab City back in the day, you know. So it's
Buck wild.
It's cool to where you met your dog, where you met sober.
Where I got sober.
Yeah. So how you liking the Quartzsite, man?
I'm loving it.
I mean, you've been here for a while.
Because I'm saving a lot of money. I did the $180 for 7 months, which is a really good deal. You get dump and water and garbage removal as well.
Yeah,
so.
the LTVA is good for that.
Mm-hmm. So I'm saving a whole lot of money. It's worth it.
Are you here hanging out with a bunch of people? It's cool.
Yeah, got a whole bunch of good people around here.
Yeah.
Nice camp.
Yeah, and there's something special about Quartzsite. I don't know what it is, but you know, I like coming here at least every other year just for the fun.
Yep.
Cool to meet you, man.
Good.
It's
good
great
to meet you.
Yeah.
It's really nice to meet you.
I can't remember your name either.
Yes.
I like that one. That happens to me all the time.
I got that in Quartzsite like 3 years ago, and I just kept it on because it's so fitting. I'll say, oh, what's your name? Oh, I forgot already.
Oh yeah, you got to do that song.
Yeah.
All right, man. It's been great meeting you in person.
I got a new phone.
Oh, you got a new phone.
Let me try this.
Yeah, Mike's battery died. You know, these GoPros sometimes the battery dies because that's what it does. But anyway, check him out. Mike, living free. After the storm, let's go see the big tent. Oh, and check it out! Let's take a picture with the Quartzsite sign. Well, here we are, the famous Quartzsite RV show. This is the Tyson Wells area, and there's a lot of... Hey!
Nice to see you.
Nice to see you too. All right, enjoy the show. And as you can see, some people recognize me here on the streets, and I totally lost my train of thought. But in any case, this is the famous Quartzsite RV show. We're not gonna look at too many RVs or anything like that. I'm just gonna do a quick walk around the big tent, and it's really more about the people. And there's something special about this place. I like it. I like beer bellies. If there's room at the bar, we're gonna have an IPA at Beer Bellies, and they have that ice cream machine, the best ice cream ever. All right, look at that. As I said in my song, the wash turns into a creek. Well, there's a creek here going through Tyson Wells, here in Quartzsite, and yeah, I've met a couple of viewers along the way. You know, it's like the Tampa RV show. Everyone who is into RVing, not everyone, but a lot of people are going to be here. This is the market, Tyson Wells Market here. As I was saying, this is not how it looks normally around here. It's actually very, very rare conditions and I think I bring the rain with me because every time I come to Quartzsite lately, it rains. It's not supposed to rain in the desert. That's what I always say. But yeah. Let's go into the main area here. This is quesadilla, taco, burrito, nacho. And this is kind of like the main street here of the RV show. This goes all the way to the big tent. I wonder. Oh no, Beer Bellies is closed. Well, that's very sad. I was really looking forward to this, to the RV show. Yeah, I'm glad I got my buses. So here we are. This year, the big tent, a little bit sad. Lots of empty booths. And this morning it got flooded too, so perhaps not the best year for the Quartzsite Sports Vacation and RV show.
We'll be back, maybe next year.
Beautiful, beautiful stuff.
Yes, you can see it's a little more sparse this year. Maybe some people have left early. That's it for the big solar guys. They're gone. I mean, it's like this last day. It's a lot of people are pretty much gone. This is the exit only. We're gonna check out some of this stuff outside and yeah, I'm so sad that Beer Bellies is closed, but maybe there's something else. Maybe there's something else out here. Grilled chicken. All right. Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you. How much is it?
There you go,
Uh-oh. Thank you. Do you have napkins? Do you have any napkins? Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. All right. Some of the best ice cream in the world right here. Well, you're not gonna believe who I ran into, and I know a lot of you guys have told me over the years, why don't you do videos in Spanish? Well, this is the next best thing right here.
Hola.
Totalmente Perdidos. Totally lost. I think you.
Yeah.
Introduce yourself. You can do it in Spanish too. I can put subtitles, or you can do it in English.
Spanish or in English as well. We are totally lost, totalmente perdidos. In 2019, we sold everything, including our house, and started full-timing with our family.
Yeah, teenagers, we are brave people.
Yes.
And we do have a YouTube channel. It's called Totalmente Perdidos, which means totally lost, and
Y es completamente en español.
it's in Spanish, completely in Spanish, 100% in Spanish, to cater to the Hispanic community in the U.S. And around the world. We have followers in Latin America and in Spain. So we're super excited for meeting our friend here.
Yeah. And you guys have been all over the United States. I saw your video on Glacier National Park, which was super cool.
Yeah.
And
Yes, at least 25, 26 states at this point in a year and a half.
that's a lot. That's a lot of
Really
miles.
fast.
That's a lot of miles under the wheels. But it's great to meet you in person. Actually, my wife was the one who discovered you a few months ago, and we've been watching.
Look at that.
Thank you.
Totalmente Perdidos. Check it out. I'll put a link in the description.
Yeah, bye.
Ooh, espresso.
I almost spilled my coffee. Oh yeah, this is the good stuff. Good espresso.
Have I ever told you how much I love it when I encounter street musicians? And this is one of the most original trios I've seen in a while. And I just love this music. In another life, I must have been born in Appalachia. And with that, we are going to say goodbye to Quartzsite. And this is really only a taste of everything that transpired during the past few days, as we kind of broke the timeline here with an almost real-time video. There will be more videos of Quartzsite coming up here real soon. For example, in a future video we are going to tour my neighbor's awesome schoolie and Scott's unique Airstream Argosy. Oh wait, I forgot to talk about the food.
Welcome to Silly Ox. But it is the Traveling Elk.
Look at this guy.
Well, of course. Here's Dale. Here's the ginormous pizza. Here's Lester. And what's it called? It's not
Goliath.
The Goliath. It's not the ginormous, it's the Goliath. Check it out. Look what Dale got me. Silly Owl's pizza and a growler. You know I'm collecting this. I have some from New Mexico, Arizona, I don't know, Colorado, even from Florida.
Now Quartzsite.
Now I got Quartzsite, man. All right, let's do it. That was delicious. It's beer bellies. So you know I have to come to Beer Bellies at least once, right?
I'm still too young to care. Tracy style, go hard wild, you my own son of a gun.
This is the famous Gringos. At least a pound.
Top of the nail, crease not much holding it there really.
So you put meter on the
I just
outside?
turn it like this, and I'll apply it like this.
Well, it is time to pull out, and let me tell you something. I'm gonna miss this place. As you know, I love Quartzsite. I love being surrounded by all these mountains. By the way, check it out. The Colorado is properly, let's call it properly desertized. I know that's not a word, but at some point we're gonna find a truck wash somewhere along the route and get it cleaned up. As you see, our campsite is nearly empty. Only the traveling down the banisters because their truck broke down. These folks are leaving today, and I don't know my schoolie friend here when he's gonna live, but yeah, I'm gonna start picking things up in there, and in about an hour we're going to Gila Bend. You know, I caved in. We're gonna do one resort night with full hookups and hopefully good internet. And check it out. Here we have a BLM marker. This is really cool. You see Department of the Interior, Bureau of Land Management, but it doesn't say anything else. It has like a 56 written there, but I don't know exactly what that means, but really cool that we parked right next to a marker. You know, you usually see those like on top of mountains, you know, they give you the elevation and that sort of thing. Yeah, all hitched up, ready to go. And as a conclusion, you know, I wanted to thank Drew for organizing, for putting this whole event together, and everybody else who was here. Everybody was so welcoming and so helpful, and so the camaraderie, you know, that kind of thing. So, by the way, I'm gonna put links in the video description to all the channels that we encountered here, all the YouTubers. So check it out. Now it is time to go on to the next destination, and of course in the future there will be another video a little more detailed with you know, like in the chronologically when we reach this point chronologically in the regular videos. So next week we'll go back to regularly scheduled programming, going back to Nevada from last summer.
riding in